Thank you so much. And the common man, the ex producer, he has been here all time. He can say hello to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tewa Kevin Sheldon. Yeah, that is it. And for those who are keeping track of the election, the race I was in, I lost, but with a small margin.
Uh, that was an insight of the election, but it was really crazy. It was a margin of about 150 something votes. So it
No,
was,
bro. No, don't do that. It was not 100.
it
First,
was,
chill.
it was.
Yeah, let us go to the topic of this podcast, yeah?
There was no room for petition. Okay.
Okay, this podcast, I'm going to be talking about certain things, and the thing I want to talk about first is like moral authority of giving birth to kids, yeah? Because we can tell from like the millennial era where parents used to give birth to kids for social status. So we want to know in 2026, should someone give birth because of social status, or should they have like certain things in consideration? Yeah. Because right now, imagine you're a poor, like, okay, I'm not going to say poor, maybe like a struggling youth. Like, why would you give birth to a child? You get like, okay, that is something that is an introduction of the topic. Yeah. So first, I want to ask these people, like, Elena, like, how many kids do you look forward to giving birth? Oh, it's
Not more than three.
not more than three. How
Yes.
about you, Nixon?
Right now, I'm still concentrating on my books, but
First chill, man. What's your how many kids would you want to give birth to? Like, it's
At
not
the
like you're
right
giving
time,
birth to them
when you're
right
ready.
now.
before I proceed, moderator, Nsabatubereba come talk to me politely. Forget you don't need to warn me, okay? But wholeheartedly, I don't think I could make more than four.
More than four, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
So what? Okay, well, like, do you think we have the moral authority to give birth to children in the first place?
yeah. We do, yeah, we do. We're meant for recreation.
We come to earth for recreation, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think it is fair for you to give birth to a child right now and not be able to take care of them? Because you have the moral authority to give birth to a child. But imagine I need to say giving birth to a child and you're not able to take care of them.
Following the conspiracy of the Christians,
Mm,
and as per guided by the government, we're not supposed to be giving birth right now. Yet we're not in position to take care of the children.
okay.
But the truth of the matter is that at the end of it all,
Mm,
you have to still leave a representation in the world,
mm-hmm.
and who is definitely going to represent you, because we are meant for recreation.
Okay.
But in a common sense, that you are supposed to give birth when you are in position to take care of what you're bringing into the
Okay.
earth.
In regards to what you're talking about here,
Yeah.
I want to pass this question out, Elena, right? So now you've given birth, yeah? Because it's your natural right, you're born to recreate and everything. And you know, in most cases, parents, like our parents, okay, I don't know about like all parents, but most parents tell their kids, with in most cases for the firstborns, yeah, your parent tells you, we've given birth to you, we are paying your tuition so that you can take care of your other siblings. You get what I'm saying? So don't you think that is now the parents transferring their burden of responsibility to the child? Or
First,
is it right for them because okay, it has already happened, we've given birth to you, and why is it that? Sorry, there are very many questions, but you let me layer them
yeah,
up so
it's
that you
okay.
can break them down. The other thing is, don't you think? Okay, like why aren't you able to ask those questions to our parents? You get like why can't you ask your parents like why did you give birth to us if you can't like take care of us? Because when you ask those questions, it sounds like you're rude. Yeah,
So, my take about this is honestly, first of all, times
yeah,
have changed.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
they would give birth to a lot of kids,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
when you don't have the ability to take care of them.
yeah,
Because back in the day, there was early marriages.
yeah,
They used to practice early marriages. Like for girls, they used to marry them off even by the age of 12
yeah.
to their husbands. But the fact that times have changed, right now,
Mm,
I can't, me personally, I can't advise someone or me myself, I can't allow to give birth at this time of my life.
yeah.
Like,
When you're not ready.
I'm not ready financially and also emotionally because
Yeah.
at some point I'm still a child.
Yeah.
to my parents,
Yeah. True.
and I still have a lot of things to achieve.
Okay.
So if I put kids in the picture, I feel like I'm going to just bring my kids into this life to suffer with me because I'm still hustling. I won't say that I have everything put together.
Okay.
So I don't feel like, so when the parents say you're the firstborn, actually that's the reason why firstborns always have that burden of responsibility,
Yeah.
because they have grown, now they're working and all that, so now the responsibility shifts from the parents to the
Firstborns.
firstborns,
Yeah.
to them, for them to take care of their siblings,
Yeah.
which at some point it's okay.
Mm.
But I don't think it would be fine
It's
for a parent
mm,
to put all
the
the
burden.
the
Yeah.
burden on this firstborn when
Mm.
she's also just a child.
Okay.
She's also just a child to you,
Mm.
and there's no reason for you to give birth to children you're not going to manage. So
Okay.
in my take, if you're not ready, don't give birth.
Then let me ask you this, yeah? Do you think that now, as children, we have the moral authority to question our parents to ask why they give birth to children that are not ready to take care of them?
About
Because now
that,
imagine this, yeah? A parent tells you, I paid your tuition, I've done this and this, and you see like it's sometimes it's not even a parent's fault, yeah? Like some things go wrong and they're struggling financially.
yes,
But then, okay, like questioning is not like you're telling them why did you give birth to me. Yeah, it's like questioning them, like, did you have a plan before you gave birth to us? Do you think we have the moral authority, or as a child, you're not supposed to question your parents as it has been? Like, how are you telling your parents, why did you give birth to me? Like, what kind of question is that? Kind of question is that?
like I've said, times
Mm,
have changed.
yeah.
So for now, per
Mm,
now, all I can say is we can do what, me as me. Now
mm.
let me give an example with me myself. I can question my parents
Okay.
for what they are trying to make me do, but
Mm,
I'm not the firstborn, and also the firstborn is not like having that burden, because I would not. It's not like I'm bragging or what, but my
mm.
parents figured things out and they're fine.
Yeah.
Everyone
Okay.
is being taken care of. But there are some situations in families, in some other families, that
Yeah.
they have taken care of this one for them to
Yeah.
take care of
Of the
their
others.
siblings.
Mm.
Yes. So at some point, this thing goes deep into mental health.
Okay.
These things affect those firstborns emotionally and financially. You get to find that this one is not, that firstborn specifically is not going to take care of themselves the way they want to, because they have that burden of "Nabaganda bange waka."
Yeah.
Yes. So
So it's very hard for them to live their own
it's
lives.
very hard. Yes, it's very hard for them to live their own lives.
Let us first go back to Nixon. He's been scratching his hands. Looks like he has things to say. Nixon, are you the firstborn? Where do you come in your siblings' lineage?
I am the second born, but she said she doesn't have the financial support and the emotional support as well.
To give birth?
I don't understand the emotional support she's talking about.
No, man. It's not easy to give birth to a child. You have to be emotionally ready to have a child.
Okay.
But she can answer that herself.
By emotional support, I meant, actually he has actually said that you cannot. It's not that, okay, things happen, yes, but for me as me, emotionally, I'm not ready to have a child because I feel like I'll stress the child.
For you as you.
Yes.
Okay.
And besides, like, it's too much. Okay, yes, as a lady, I'm ready. I can give birth. That's naturally there. My body is already ready for me to give birth, but financially, emotionally, I'm not ready. So I can't bring a child into this world to suffer with me.
So now Nixon, yeah,
I'm the
Ask-
second born. I'm the second
you're the
born.
second born. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's close to firstborn.
Mm.
So do you think you have the moral authority to ask your parent? Okay, no, like not like your parents, yeah, like not directly your parents, yeah. But imagine this scenario whereby, you're like the firstborn, everything is on you. You get your parents are telling you, man, you see how we are struggling here. We gave birth to you to change our life. Do you think that is right? In that most of our some parents impose their well-being on their children, like children now become an investment. Like your parent tells you, I gave birth to you. No, like, no, they don't say I gave birth to you. They'd be like, I'm paying your tuition so that you can come and change where you came from. Like, you see the house where we're living in. So go and study hard, pass your exams, get a job, come and build. Do you think that is right from the child's perspective? Because this is now the status quo. All of us have been, like, most of us are through it. Like, your parents tell you, after we retire, we need someone to take care of this family. If there's no rack, you find your parents are telling you, you need to study hard, come and build us a house and buy your father a car if he hasn't been able to buy it himself. So do you think that is right?
You see, in life, different situations come up with shortcomings now.
Yeah.
And the shortcomings can either will be positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wholeheartedly believe is it is about appreciation.
Okay.
At the apex of anyone's studies,
Mm.
I believe you can choose to either way be responsible,
Mm.
and even if you don't turn your eyes back to the family to help them,
Okay.
it's not that you're being irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of education, if you either way fail to make it in life,
Okay.
would you still fall back to your parents to seek for any further funding or shares, that stuff, the land and all that stuff?
Of course you can.
Definitely. It
Mm.
is either mandatory or not so.
Mm.
In case your parent is actually educating you and
Mm.
is spearheading you for helping the siblings shortly after you've completed education,
Okay.
if you do it, you will have appreciated the cost of your parents in your education.
Yeah.
And either way, if you don't do it,
Mm.
your parents shouldn't blame you, but you should either way feel hurtful that it is your responsibility to go back and help your parents in case you feel they are lacking.
Mm.
But the case in point here is that whatever
But let me cut you short here. The way you're saying it makes me realize that it's supposed to be to the child's discretion to either go back and help the siblings and the parents. Yeah, it's supposed to be their own decision. Yeah,
the,
but sometimes it's not.
the reason it becomes decisive and largely on the part of the student,
Yeah.
it's because the success of the student after education defines it all.
Yeah.
I could either complete my education and I fail to make it in life to get the resources to go back and help my siblings. You understand?
Okay.
So that is why the decisive part of it largely
Yeah.
goes back to the student.
Okay.
You understand? But either way, it is about
But
responsibility and
now,
appreciation.
yeah, it goes back to the student. But imagine a child to whom this has been imprinted since
Yeah.
he was like 10.
Yeah.
You get?
That he has to go back
Read
and help
hard.
their siblings.
Your siblings are here. We have taken you to a good school. Your siblings are in a bad school. You're the one who's supposed to like fight and come and help them. Like even when the person even they're not even telling the child to read for themselves. Yeah, they're telling him to read for the family and the siblings. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now in my perspective, I feel like that makes it hard for a child to make their individual decisions. Yeah. Because imagine someone doing a course like engineering, but initially they wanted to become an artist. It's going to be hard for them to take that risk because there's a lot on stake.
I personally, I'm studying civil engineering, but
You would have liked to be an artist.
no, no,
Because even the name calls himself Kim Nana. Because never had an engineer called Kim Nana.
Jesus Christ. I doubt whether you wholeheartedly understand the meaning of Kim Nana.
Let us just continue. We shall go there next time.
But I appreciate the fact that you're a learning council,
Yeah.
and I admit your submission is well proper. But the moment you are from your 10 years background in education, and your parents are actually asking you to read hard so that you can look after your siblings in case you've completed your education.
Yeah.
First and foremost, the reason parents are giving in such submissions, in my opinion, I think they are trying to wholeheartedly motivate you,
Yeah,
so
true.
that you can study as you
But
focus.
sometimes it's not motivation.
Hold on.
Sometimes the reality.
I'm beginning from the 10 years background,
Okay.
because at 10 years I don't expect that you're listening to any reality. Anything comes in a manner of convincing.
No, but sometimes you see these things, man. You get like
At 10 years,
Yeah.
you're convincing someone. You're telling someone reality. 10 years.
10 years you've been what? P what? P4?
And you were being told reality.
Man, parents tell you even at birth, man. Like
Okay.
as soon as you get as soon as you start understanding, they start telling you these things.
And they were telling you reality.
No, like sometimes I won't be like read, but you can see these things. Education is the key to success. You have to succeed and change where you come from.
And do you get the relevant examples they used to define such motivational speeches?
Like I can't remember where my brain was at 10, but that was a hypothetical.
Yeah. Trust me, whatever they were telling you was not about being realistic. They were trying to have you focused and be motivational. But the reason they tell us such statements at a young age, it's because they are trying to motivate us. That's one. And the other is As time goes on, you join high school,
Mm-hmm.
HSC, O level, A level, you're at
Mm.
university. You begin to realize your own personal responsibility as a student.
Yeah.
Then you look at your background. You're from a humble family. You look at your relatives. Some of them are happy about where you are. Some of them are not. You
Mm.
understand? So you begin to dissect into the beliefs of your parents and the relatives and the neighbors and the well wishers, such stuff. So
Yeah. Huh?
the moment you appreciate the manner within which your background is treating you, then you realize your responsibility back at home, because
Mm.
the siblings are looking up to you. You have to be the you have to the siblings way back are looking up to you. You have to be the main factor at home. Your
Yeah.
dad is looking up to you. Actually, you
But
start,
why is it like that? Like why is your dad looking up to you to change his life?
because first and foremost,
Mm.
there are kinds of parents, they have different treasures in us,
Okay.
because we have parents who are illiterate,
Uh-huh.
and we have land parents who have gone to school.
Okay.
Such parents who have gone to school, and those who are actually rich that are not lacking, they are looking up to someone. They are looking up to someone who can actually take up the responsibility.
But my question is, you're not understanding me. You're saying now from a student's point of view, yeah? I'm asking you, why is it like that? Like why does it like why don't we have parents who are well established in that their child can go out and do whatever they want to do with their life, and they won't be worried of them having to come back and change things at home and take care of their siblings? Like, why can't it just be someone in the world and thinking about themselves?
I'm also giving you my opinion. The issue is
Hmm.
about the parents' interest
Yeah,
in
huh?
the
In that,
student.
yeah.
You get?
Yes.
About the parents and interests in this case, there are two. We have parents who are actually well off, and they are
Hmm.
looking up to a student or the son and daughter who is going to come and take over what they have actually been running.
Okay.
You understand?
Now that is what. Now that comes to her point where she was like, she cannot give back to to her child where she's not ready.
Exactly. And to the parents who are illiterate and are definitely lacking, they are looking up to you as someone who has been at a stage where they have never been before. So they are expecting something different from you, because they didn't come to campus, they've never been to Makere. And that's why you see most of the parents actually burst into cries when you bring them for graduation here in the tent. They're like, something is different. They've never experienced such a thing. You're the firstborn, you're in the tent, so they expect something bigger. But in your mind, you have a reflection of what Uganda is, and you know what the future after graduation is. You don't have, you actually don't have to keep them hopeless. You wholeheartedly appreciate their mind, but you know the direction to take. Yeah,
Okay, I get your point. Yeah,
you don't.
I get your point. But now you've not gotten the question. The question is why? Like, why do your parents have to make you feel like you're an investment? Like, why? For some people,
Okay, yeah.
like,
About
wait.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Saya has been quiet for a minute. She's
Okay,
been quiet for a minute.
okay.
You let her take it. Do you think it is right for like a child to be an investment? Okay, imagine a scenario, yeah? You because right now you're at campus, you finish campus, you get married, and then things happen, boom, boom, boom. Life is not going on well, yeah? And then you give birth, and then you're like, you know what? Let us invest in this child, take him to nice schools, so that when he grows up and gets a job, he can take us out of this poverty and, improve our lives.
For this question, it's kind of like 50-50, because it first of all it depends on what child. If it's a male child,
Mm,
he's obviously uh connected to working hard and doing what, and like
mm.
the investment is surely like.
But now,
But then if it's a female child,
hmm,
they have to have like they're going to go to school.
okay.
They will get that job, but at some point they have to get married and start their own family. You get,
Mm,
which is not the same at an early age.
okay.
Which is not the same for the male child, because we are two different genders and we have different primes.
But now, wait. For a female child can bring you.
A man that
No,
is
that's
wealthy
a
and
no,
change your
no.
life.
Yeah. That as well.
Yes,
But bride price now.
exactly.
Bride price. Cows, like man, you go to get a chip and I tell you 50 cows.
Exactly.
that
So
is that is life changing income.
exactly.
Yeah.
So my point is, it us being different genders, we have like our parents can inflict on us different goals. Like
Okay.
now, for my case, if I can say that now for my case, I have a brother
Okay.
who is in your school,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
school of law. So we are the same age, but the goals are two different things.
Okay.
Like for some reason, okay, at some point, my dad always sends us. Now for me, for my case, I don't know what he sends my brother, but he sends me things to do with marriage, that checkups you're supposed to do when you're
Okay.
going to get married. So for
Already.
him, in his exactly, for him
your
in his
time. Your time is up.
exactly, in his mind, I'm already supposed to get married. After
Yeah.
school, I'm supposed to get a decent job, or I continue with
Actually,
exactly
what
the
they say that girls are at campus to look for suitors. Because after that,
exactly. But then,
you want to say
if
something?
when I have when I have a conversation with my brother, he will tell you that daddy does this, like tells me to do this,
Mm,
teaches me how to manage things, like because daddy runs a lot of things.
yeah.
Despite being a government worker, he has a lot of things he runs. So
Mm,
he is expected to learn and take over these things.
okay.
But me, the expectation is in a different what, and I'm very sure he expects his first grandchildren from me,
Okay.
not my brother.
Okay.
But we don't know about where life goes. We don't
Yeah.
know the
True.
future. You can't tell the future. So, parents having that thing of investing in a child for them
Mm,
to come back at home and build, it depends on their financial status also.
true.
Because honestly speaking, what does my father want? Nothing. He just
Mm.
wants us to be successful and have live a good life. You
Yeah.
get,
True.
but it's
True.
not the same for another family. Another family, they may say, let me do what? Let me educate this child, let me put a lot in this child so
Mm,
that this child can go out there, make the money, come back and make our lives better.
true.
Which at some point it's okay, but at some point I don't see the need to pressure a child to do something you failed to do.
Mm.
That's a fact of reality.
Yeah. True. 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 No.
Because you fail to do it and then you put all the pressure
Mm.
on your child.
because
This what leads
because
to
because now this why I'm
this is
bringing this topic. Yeah, it's very sensitive, and I've had this conversation with someone, and it's deep. I don't know if out of context we're not talking about our parents or anything. It's not
yes.
connected anyhow. But imagine this, yeah. Your parents had the same resources. They went to a good university. They went to a good school. They have a degree. They have it all, but they failed to make it in life. Yeah. Oh no, no, no! Wait. Now life is so far, right? Of course, life hits. Yeah. But then, okay, imagine they failed to get like good grades. Yeah. But the always on your
They're always on your case.
that was in your case, man. You
You
have to get
must
a
do this.
first class.
Exactly.
You have to get this. But when you check that, because me,
This is why I
have
always
the person
question.
I was having a discussion with, man, their mom failed, bro.
This is why
bro,
always ask
bro
like
took a pic of the pass of the transcript. Oh my days, man. She was gone. But the pressure I put on this guy is too much. I tell you, first
this is
class
what
of law.
this is what I always ask. This is why I always ask, like when a parent says
Yeah,
exactly.
Because
Wait,
looking at you, the biggest percentage comes from the mom. Jesus Christ.
No, this is
who?
why I always
Sha,
ask.
she has a first class.
Ye-
She has a first class.
Yeah. I
I
was
know.
surprised as well. But wait, chill. You're offset.
This is why I
Mhm.
always ask. Like,
Mhm.
there's a time I had a conversation with my friend,
Mm.
and we're talking about this same situation, and then I was like, why are you forcing your child to do something that you failed to do?
Mm.
Like, there are these parents who will tell you, be like your they're always comparing you to other people, like,
Yeah.
you see this girl now, like,
Now
for
that is
example.
also.
But then I asked the parent, you're the same age with the likes of Bill Gates, Elon
Mm.
Musk, who are into the year.
No, you're even going. No, no, you're even going. Ah, shit! You're even going far. Wait, you're
Exactly.
even going far. Yeah. So imagine this. Yeah. You know how you be having like neighbors, like children around. Yeah. Now the other kid passes highly, you fail, you get. But other people are like so well off that,
Yes,
they're
exactly.
well built. Your mom is like, why can't you be like this guy's son?
Mm.
Like, do you have the moral authority? Just ask your parents why aren't you like these other
Why
people?
aren't you
Like,
like Bill Gates, Elon Musk?
yeah,
For me, okay,
Oh,
I've always had that position to. I've always been given the space to say what I feel
okay,
on my heart or mind, what I have on mind.
mm.
Like my mom will always give me that space to be like, you know how your parent makes you your friend.
Yeah, true,
You
true, true.
yes, which I feel like that is so crucial, and like every parent should do that to their
That's very
children so that you
important.
get to know where your children are
Yeah,
at and how your children feel. But being too tough on your kids are not going to be able to share with you. So now for you, you're pressuring me to do something you failed to do. Your mates are Bill Gates, Elon Musk, who
and
they are
and
Dangote,
and
Aliko
and
Dangote.
to
They
say
are
this, yeah,
wealthy, but
to say this, there's a difference between motivation and comparison. Like
exactly,
some parents, like, they
they'll
try to
just give.
motivate you, but there's parents that are really strict. Like, they
Makes
want,
my point.
like, bro, like, you, like, some kids even basically are going home like, man, have a second class. Like, man, if go and check your, like, our parents should actually give us that transcripts, and maybe that could be the baseline.
Exactly, which me.
Nixon, what do you think about that?
bro. I want us to first look this in the context of competition. Eh?
Mhm.
The parents, first of all, they are in competition with other families.
Yes.
Exactly, yeah.
That's one of the biggest causes we are underrating, because they're looking up to other families and they think that their sons should appreciate the culture and maybe the results from other fellow families. Because like she said, my dad, her dad, by now her dad is expecting her to be looking for the best suit at campus right about now. But her dad might ask for 50 cows, not because 50 cows imujamwe, but because but because and you guys are teething.
The point he's trying to make
Yeah, it's
is
Yeah,
hypothetical. Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm getting it.
No,
Just
I'm like,
no, it was
No, he
hypothetical.
might
Just
ask. He might.
he might.
He's he's saying that my dad might ask for the 50 cows because he has.
the
There's a
neighbor.
standard.
Yes,
Yeah,
he has set a standard.
there is
That,
some other uncle who also asked for 50
and
cows
they
and
gave
plus,
him
and they gave out to the daughter. So my dad doesn't want to feel downgraded, you understand? So
exactly.
in this whole context, there is a factor of competition behind all this, you understand?
Yeah.
Because your parent will not even want to understand the factors that you're undergoing at campus, you get? You at KIU, someone is at MOOC. You are at Taiba International School, someone is at SETA. There is a difference, but still your parents want you to scoop the best of the best.
No,
Not
let us give you context. It's not a competition between, like, me and you. No, it's now a comparison between you and your parent.
Yeah.
That's what we are trying to say. If your parent got 2.0 CGPA, why are they pushing you to get a first class? Now that's what the comparison is at.
That's what I say.
That is what
You
I was
can't.
trying to say.
You can't tell me to like to do something
Mm.
and you put me on. Okay, you would like. Let me. Okay, you would like me to have a first class or to be financially very stable. You encourage me in a in a parent child way.
Yeah.
But then there are these parents who keep putting the pressure on you. They don't even care about your how you are doing emotionally. They want you to be like that, but if you look at them, they fail to do the same thing.
And
Yeah.
that is what I was telling you guys. I was saying, different parents have different interests
Exactly.
depending on where they come from. Some of our parents are illiterate, they've never been to where we are, you understand? And some of them are actually well off, they have different targets and onto where they see us after here, you understand? Now, the moment my parent is asking me to get a first class, and yet for her, she managed to scoop a 2.0, or she even had a stay put during her academic study at campus. Now, you might find the time she was going to school, she was lacking a lot of provision. And she's building on that because she has provided wholeheartedly and sufficiently to me. She thinks I might scoop the best. You
Okay,
understand?
now that makes sense.
And I'm telling you, different parents have different interests depending on the background.
How what we are saying is how is it portrayed on you? Like how does the parent put it on you? How they put it on you, like how should I explain this? Some parent will, okay, their approach
Yeah.
to whatever they
Oh,
want
how
to.
should they submit
Yes,
such an
how they
understanding?
Now,
submit
Nixon, let me
that
tell you, yeah,
understanding to you.
what we are trying to figure out is moral authority to do things. Yeah, if your parent went through hardships, yeah, you know clearly the money was not there. Look at your grandparents, you know the money was not there. School must have been a hassle, and they actually did well, yeah. Like if they tell you to read, if that guy is going to cut off your head, he has the right to, because he can bring his papers and be like, man,
I read.
I did these things, I read, I did, you know. Or if your parent didn't go to school but they managed to like do agriculture and get their money up, they have the moral authority. But imagine this, yeah. Look at your grandparents, they're well off. The money was there. Your mom went Form 6, good school, campus, good university, but they failed. Like now, where does now, you know, like where does now the pressure come from? Because man, even you had resources, but things refuse. You are supposed, they're the ones supposed to understand. You get like motivate, but like don't push so hard, because man, sir, like man, okay, my parents don't push so hard, yeah. But man, I've friends whose parents are
They're
like
too
on their
much.
neck. They're too much. Like kids are so, like kids are depressed. Like they even fear to go home. Like man, you get, they don't have freedom to do other things. Like they cannot explore the world because the only thing is education.
That's what I said about the relationship between the parent and the child.
You
If
see,
this parent makes the child their friend, makes it comfortable for them to do what? To have a gentle talk, or for makes it easier for the parent to actually advise the child. But if the parent is so strict, so like there's no sweet relationship between the parent and the child, it makes it so hard for the child to do anything they want. Or even if they try and they try their best and they unfortunately not make it, it will be so hard to explain to the parent and be like, daddy, I really tried but I couldn't make it. Now for my case, my mother, she really does understand. Like, she is my best friend. I am so open to telling her anything. She created the environment where where I am able to tell her anything. I can face a problem and I be like, I call, the first thing I think about is calling my mom. I be like, mommy, this and this has happened. What should I go? How should I go about it? Or even my dad, I can call him and be like, daddy, I've been having headache for 3 days, or for 3 consecutive days. It has been like this and this. What should I do? And he's always giving me the advice. Or even my mom. So it is the environment a parent creates around their child that makes them able to do what? To convince their children on what they want them to do, so that they can do what? Achieve what they want.
Yeah, true.
But then if you as a parent you make the things hard for the child, it is so impossible. That's when children actually come to campus and turn to drugs. They turn to different kinds of bad habits
Yeah.
to find
Because of
comfort
pressure. Yeah, true.
because of pressure. But you as a parent, now me, there is no way I can start saying I'm depressed because at home.
Let me ask this thing, yeah. We are talking about relationships with parents, and usually we blame the bad relationships on our parents, yeah. We're like, man, our parents are so hard on us, whatever. But what are those things you think we can do to soften our relationships with our parents? Because usually, man, sometimes it's not even our parents' problem; it's the way they were brought up. You know, like I don't think I don't think our grandparents were the easiest of people. Even from the stories you hear how they brought up these kids, it was crazy, man. Like you couldn't play in a certain household. So sometimes I feel like it is just transgenerational trauma. And now, as children who are like in a generation where there's a lot of information, we are, like developed in thinking. Nixon, what things do you think we can do to like soften our relationships with our parents, in that we're able to talk to them and everything?
uh, we we we're at a point in life where we are studying in a century that they didn't happen to have gone to school to, because they went to school in centuries that have passed. And like you're saying, that it is a transgenerational effect. You understand? We need to appreciate that fact. And the moment we understand that ahead of them,
Yeah.
then we should be the ones to definitely understand the pressure they are putting onto us, receive it in a different manner, because we shouldn't be biased on response, because we're the ones supposed to understand them. You get? We shouldn't be biased on response, because I want you to come up with a thinking where in the 80s,
Okay.
I mean, like the grandfathers to our parents,
Mm.
the grandfathers to our parents had different initiatives. they had different proposals they were making to our parents from the beginning, and there is a way our parents are also putting pressure on us, which is slightly different, you understand, because people were receiving punishments in form of canes. Right now we're receiving punishments in form of quarrels and a little twists in the help we are being
But
given.
don't you think that is worse? Like, I would rather be beaten. Like, now parents have even learned how to gaslight. You get, like, your parents are going to gaslight you for even how you look. Like, they're going to call you stupid and everything. You get, because now they don't want to beat you. But me, I'd rather be beaten than like someone is going to say. Mostly your parents are going to say things that are going to hurt you emotionally, and parents have learned how to do that, which I think is not better at all.
We right
So,
now
would you rather be beaten or gaslit? Because man, you'd rather beat me. 'Cause
uh,
With the anger issues I have that I have generated from both my mother and father, you rather beat me than gaslighting me because it will go into a very heated argument.
it is so sad that you people fail to understand that we are in development, not evolution. But yeah, I appreciate your understanding. But after realizing that we are in the 21st century, you get, with the way the law is being administered, apparently, and you still want to take us back, it is okay.
No, let
yes,
me cut
because
there.
we are not saying the other one is better, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
But we are not.
according to punishments of those days.
We are not.
Right now, there are different punishments. Now, for me, example, if I do something bad or if I do something that doesn't please my dad, he'll tell me, for your punishment, I'm going to cut your allowance because we receive monthly
that is what I
allowance.
am telling
You
you.
get? He'll tell you, I'm going to cut your allowance, or you're not going to be allowed to do this or this.
Yeah,
Because honestly, yes, our parents are millennials.
Yeah,
We
sure.
are Gen Zs. Their thinking is different. But as a parent who has gone to school, for my dad, he holds a PhD, so his understanding is different. You
from
get?
from my mom who is a peasant.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
So he will not punish me in the fact that he's going to beat me, because if he wants to beat me, he can. He's literally a soldier.
Yeah.
But he's not going to choose to. He's going to choose this other punishment to squeeze me in a different way, so that I will know that what I'm doing is wrong, and let me turn to this. Let me listen to what. That's why me listen. I like listening to my parents a lot because I've made the fact that I have made my parents my friends.
Okay.
Yes. So making my parents my friends, it makes it much easier for me to communicate to both of them, so that in case I've done something wrong, they
Yeah.
will correct me in a calm manner. Yes. So it depends. So now you ask the question of how you can make your parents
Like things we can do to
things you can do
better connect our
exactly.
relationships with our parents.
Exactly. Now let me not lie to you. Both my parents are Bachiga, and my mother is used to be very tough. There's a time I don't know what I had done. It was around before. I don't know what I had done. The woman got so angry, and a stool. I was down. She was on the balcony. She threw the stool from the balcony, and it almost hit me, but I ran. She was a very strict woman, but as I was growing, I started introducing that fact that, mommy, we can talk this out. There's also something she used to do, like she used to, like, when someone comes and tells us I've done something, she will not listen to me. She will do what? She will listen to that person and punish me. But as time went on, she started listening to my view and getting to the point that, what made me do this? What
So,
or which factors pushed me to do this?
communication is one of them.
So communication is one of them. Me, how I softened my mother to be so close to me that I can wake up in the morning and tell her. Now, like even today when I was getting ready, I told her, mommy, I'm going for a podcast. And she told me, what are you going to talk about? I was like, I don't know. Like, it's like talking to your own friend. So I think that it's a two-way thing. Parents should learn how to communicate to their children in a more calm manner. Make your children your best friends. Make your children your friends, because at this point in life, this generation is cooked by the way. Kids are depressed.
Yeah, I know
Kids
that.
are
Now,
depressed.
now I differ from you slightly. The moment you say that parents should learn how to communicate, after realizing that it is culture, it is where they come from, it is the occupation of the profession they are in, it is you to learn them, not them to learn how to give their submissions onto you. Having a parent who is a Mchiga and who is a soldier as well, the occupation is tough, the culture is tough, the Bachiga are tough, and wholeheartedly you understand the culture of your parents. It is you to understand them that they are Wachiga.
I understand, and they also made the effort to try and understand me and start that communication.
But
That's why I've told you, my dad does not punish me in
by the
a
way,
very
I love the fact that our parents did not make it in life. You get, and that is why they educate us with high hopes, so that we should definitely be the prayers. We
exactly.
should be the answers to their
That
prayers.
is why I told you last time that it's 50-50. At some point, it's good
Mhm.
for a parent to say, I'm going to invest in my child so that they can come, they can make it in life and come and make my life better.
Okay.
Me, as me, I really want to spoil my parents.
True.
That's why I've told you I can't bring in a child at this point of my life
Mm.
to this earth when
Yeah.
I haven't fulfilled a lot of things. You get?
Yeah, but one thing is like the conversation we are having is not about us because all of us, our parents are doing okay. Yeah. So it's a conversation that I got from like different people because these things happen in society. You get like your parent tells you you're going to like take care of your siblings or whatever, whatever. But yeah, the other things we were talking about are things that we can do to soften our relationships with our parents. So you said the first thing is communication, yeah?
Try
Like
and understand
if
your
if
parent.
like under, like what Nixon was talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
like if you know your parent is has been through a lot, personally you get their personality, yeah?
Mm.
You get okay, my parents get pissed at this and this, yeah. So when they're pissed and they're trying to talk to me, how do I like talk back to them? And the other thing is I think we should open up more, yeah, I think it helps to soften, the parents. You open up, tell your parents what you're up
You
to.
need to build truth, trust.
Yeah,
Exactly.
build
These are
trust, yeah.
paramount things.
Yeah.
Mm.
Now, if your parent, now let me say, if your parent is tough
Mm.
and they are addressing and already they are angry, and you start shouting, "But daddy, no, I didn't do this." It
That,
it's
that is what
it, it's
that is what I was telling
Yeah,
you.
it's obviously going to ignite the fire, and they'll
Ah,
become more
You
what?
need to understand
you
the
people
language
talk
of
Exactly.
your parents.
people talk back to your parents. Me
The day
when
you will talk back to
me
my
when they stop
father.
arguing with my friend, I just touch my head.
I
Next
can't
when they
even
talk
make
back to
that
your mom.
mistake.
Depends. If you appreciate the guilt they are imposing on you, you won't
Mm.
retaliate.
Mm.
But if you don't appreciate it,
Mm.
in defense, you might want to submit back to the parents.
Then the other question I want to ask you, like, Nixon, when you look at yourself, like, I want you to describe yourself as a parent. Like, what kind of parent do you think you're going to be?
Me?
No, no, no. What kind of parent do you want to be?
Uh, I'm definitely going to be.
So that let me add context so that you don't have so I don't just so that you don't spoil so I don't have spoiled kids,
Yeah.
and also you so that you don't become so hard on your kids to cause them problems and stuff. Like, how are you going to strike that balance? Like, what kind of parent are you going to be?
Me, the trend I'm going to take is not different from what the current parents are taking. You
Okay.
understand? But me is going to be a little bit amplified
Mm-hmm.
because I want to first understand my child from the time of birth.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Yeah.
his appreciation of this world and the ongoing trend.
Okay.
In other words, I want to program my child.
Mm-hmm.
I want to program my child, but appreciating his or her manner. You
Mm.
understand? Because if looking at my child and well-heartedly understanding the aspect within which Uganda and the future, everything that is ongoing in Uganda.
Mm.
So I want to first realize that. After realizing that, then I'll be able to program my child. You understand?
Mm.
I want to give him the freedom to decide on what he or she wants to become.
Okay.
But I want to be a stakeholder in the decisions he's going to make because I have seen.
Are you going to give him the freedom of like a diverse thinking?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a freedom of a diverse
Because
thinking,
now
but I want to guide him.
because
I want to be a mentor in his take.
because now imagine this, yeah, because ordinarily there are not very many careers that you can venture
Mm,
in our parents perspective,
mm,
but it being 2026, because now if you ask my brother, like if my mom asks my brother what he wants to become, he's not say, I want to become like an IT specialist. But when I'm talking to him, he's like, sometimes he's like, man, I want to be like a DJ. You get, because now in 2026, it's easier for you to make it as a DJ than make it as a doctor. You know that.
yeah.
But imagine now your kid comes up to you and they're like, I want to become a DJ, man. Like, I don't want to go to A level. I just want to be senior four. Get me equipment and I want to be a DJ and that is it. Do you think you're going to be that open minded to let him be a DJ, or you're going to want him to do? You're going to be like, you know what? Continue with education, and then like you can do the DJ on the side. You get, like, what kind of parent are you going to be? Are you going to be like fully open minded, or like like halfway, or like strictly education?
And now, first of all, I want to nurture that you call a sibling. I want to nurture him or her as a friend.
Your child.
Yeah, not as my child, but as a friend.
Yeah, they're your friend, but you
Hold
still have
on,
to make the
hold
hard
on, hold on.
decisions.
I want to nurture him or her as a friend,
Mm-hmm.
not as a mere child.
Mm-hmm.
In that sense, I would definitely be understanding him prior, not as a child, but as a friend. He
Mm.
will definitely be telling me things that I feel I should have known as a friend, not as just a parent.
Okay.
Because I want you to believe that there is a context in which I understand you as a friend, which your dad Taiba doesn't.
Yeah.
You get the sense.
Yeah.
Now, the moment I lay that strategy on, definitely I think it will give me a hard. Now, when my child tells me that he wants to become a DJ,
Mm-hmm.
I will have nurtured a child. I will have nurtured a friend, not a child. I will be in position to tell that he can truly make a good DJ.
Oh, he cannot.
He cannot.
That's nice.
That's right.
How about you?
I think if I'm when I become a parent, I
Mm.
will definitely be like a very friendly parent, like
Okay.
yeah said,
Mm.
because when I compare the relationship I have with my mother right now,
Mm.
if it had started on an early stage,
Mm.
we would have been so much close than we are right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like I will definitely be my child's best friend.
Okay.
Give them the comfortable environment to share with you whatever they need to,
Mm.
so that they are able to make decisions when you know about them, because
Yeah.
the children making out there making decisions without consent from their parents, without them sharing with their parents.
Mm.
Why? Because the parents did not like they did not make a comfortable environment for them to
Yeah.
share with them.
True.
That's why from the beginning I said a friendly parent always wins.
Then the other thing is, are you going to be open minded?
Yes, I'm going to be open minded.
Like, you would let your child be a DJ?
Like he has said,
Mm.
by the time your child opens up to you and tells you
Mm.
that daddy I want mommy or daddy I want to be a DJ, if you have been like friends, you would know if he's going to be able to be a DJ or
Or
not.
not?
And also it's according to how you've raised your child, you know?
Mm.
Because if your child is understanding enough to know that education helps in a lot of fields,
Yeah.
they will take on the education and be like, you know what, let me first finish studying. I will
Mm.
have my degree, and then whatever life throws at me, I'll do it.
Mm.
Yeah, because I personally I don't segregate jobs. Like you can call me for a gig and I work it. It's not because I don't have, but it's because I will take it because I want to work for the money. I know
Mm.
the value of money.
True.
And that's not just any gig. Any gig that is legal.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
But you see that man, for him, he does not work with legal deals. When he works with illegal deals, he says they're the ones that pay off.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like
But then the other thing I want to ask is, if you guys look at the kids now, they are very far more different than we were. Is
very
it the
different.
upbringing? Is it the information is a lot that they get? Cause man, me I look at like my younger siblings and like my nephews and nieces, like man, like I tell that guy don't do this and he's going to do it like immediately, like before they finish telling him don't do that, he's going to do
He
it.
has already done it.
And when his parents talk to him, and yeah, and when his parents talk to him, he talks back. Like my brain, I'm like you guy, you talk back to friend. These kids are like so different than we were. Because
Yeah.
first we were, I don't know why we had so much fear for our parents, but these kids have no fear. For their parents.
Exactly. That's why I said
So
times
is it the
change.
parenting that has changed, or is it the
Times
breed
have
of
changed.
children?
Transition.
It's a
Transition.
transition.
Because you can't tell me the way we are living right now is the same way we're living in 2009.
No, it's different.
Very different, right?
Yeah.
So you go right now there are iPad kids. In 2009 were there iPads?
Well,
If
that
I'm
TVs.
Even now your estimates have changed because I
exactly.
remember we used to have the savings boxes with block coins,
Mm,
but apparently we're having guys who are investing in crypto now.
Uh-huh.
children.
Exactly.
The idea is diverse now.
Mm,
That is what I was telling you, that the moment you are there and you have gone to school and your parents, you are literate, I expect you to understand the manner within which centuries are transitioning. You'll be able to appreciate. The moment you appreciate the manner within of the trend, then you're on track, which is
mm,
what our parents apparently are lacking. And I can tell your parents differ. If I'm having my mom, she's a peasant, she didn't go to school, and your dad, who is a land council or something, they totally differ in understanding, submission, and in everything.
yeah,
Yeah. So
True.
it will take me a lot of time to break an idea into my mom's buying so that she can admit it than you who has a dad who has gone to school.
true.
So which is the same thing we have to appreciate once we are here and we are having kids. That's why I tell you that I want to nurture a friend, not a son.
Let me ask you something else, yeah? In this day and age, if someone came up to you and they said they don't want to have kids,
Mm.
you think it would be a good decision for them not to?
It,
Because some people are like, man,
depends on the reasons they are putting on table. Like she said, right now she can't have a kid because she's lacking emotional and financial support. Any other person out there could be having a reason. So
it's on them. No?
it's on them, but
What if their reason is that they do not want to bring a child in this hard and miserable life?
yeah, now there are different approaches on that
Mm,
because
Yes, that's what I wanted to talk about. This girl who removed her tubes.
mm,
She is she's called I don't know what her name is, but here it says I cut my tubes at 24. I know this
mm-hmm.
topic makes people uncomfortable, and honestly, that's exactly why I'm talking about it. This was my choice, and in this video, I'm walking you through every part of it.
Mm. I saw,
that's the European thing.
I
Yes,
I
she
saw
cut.
this thing on X, but I
I
haven't
also
watched the
saw it
video.
on TikTok, but for her, the reasons she gives are far diverse.
Like what?
All I can say is I didn't really watch the full video, but
Mm,
in her understanding, the way I understood
mm.
what she said is she's really actually not ready to give birth. She
Ever
doesn't
in her
want.
life.
Yes, she said, and she mentioned saying that maybe times change and someone can change their mind.
Yeah.
But if I find out that when I told my doctors to cut my tubes, they didn't cut them, and I actually get pregnant, I can sue them. Do you understand? So now it shows you that this person is really actually not ready to give birth. She doesn't want.
Because now, me, there's a documentary I was watching. Like I watch a lot of documentaries about things that I'm not supposed to watch anyway. But a documentary was asking about it's the same topic, relatable topic. It was like after you personally passing through this world, because Tomob says world says life is hard, short, and brutish. Yeah, that is how they define life. So after moving through this life as yourself, it's been hard, it's been harsh, it's short. You know, okay, there's good moments, but they're not usually many. Like you giving birth to a child, doesn't that make you selfish in a way?
Not giving birth or giving birth?
Not like giving birth to a child, because you know however much you protect this child, however much you provide, however
They're still
much you
going
do
to go
what,
through the hardship.
life is going to be hard for them. Like life is never going to be easy,
So now, my question. Okay, yes.
because
If
this topic is going. It's
is
going to
it
be.
is it you've asked if it is selfish for me to give birth to a child,
Yeah.
knowing that they're going to pass through hardships.
Mm.
My parents also gave birth to me without my permission. So will I say that they were also selfish to bring me into this world?
I don't know what you can say, but I don't want to say that.
Exactly.
Don't put
So
me in the corner.
now,
Mm.
what I'm trying to say is, even in the Bible,
Mm.
recreation is what we came to do.
Mm.
So for someone to come out and say, "I'm me, I don't want to give birth," okay, everyone has their personal choice.
True.
But for the Bible, all I can say is we found these things here.
Okay.
We read this Bible because we're influenced by missionaries.
Mm.
You know, they introduced these religions to us and we believed in it.
Mm.
But naturally, even
You're
scientifically,
supposed to give
you're
birth,
supposed to give
but it
birth.
doesn't mean that you have to give birth.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that you have to give birth. That is why there are also options of what? Abortion. Like
Mm.
if you find out you're pregnant, you're
But it's not legal in
it's not
Uganda.
legal, yes. But if you find out you're pregnant, you can abort. Why you don't want the child to come? I'm not saying that I second to this, but it is also there
We
scientifically.
should talk about that topic sometime. Yeah.
Yes, it's also there scientifically. It is being done.
Do you think it should be made legal in Uganda? Because it's being done, but illegally, yeah.
Yes,
But do you think it
legally.
should be legalized?
According to me,
Mm.
I
You
think
think
it
it
should
should?
be legalized because
Mm.
there are many street kids. You
Yeah,
know,
true.
there's no reason why you're going to give birth to a child and throw it there for it to suffer when you
Mm.
had that option at 2
Mm.
weeks. But abortion at 3 months and above should not be legal.
Okay, like I mean, like younger stages.
Yes,
Nixon, what do you think?
scientifically, but now religiously, abortion is not allowed.
Religious is not a, abortion is not a,
Yes,
but it's a very,
murder,
this is a very sensitive topic, and
very
it has come
sensitive.
at the end of towards the end of the podcast. I think the next podcast we
Will be
shall
about
invite you. I hope, I don't know if you're going to come back and we
now.
talk about that.
Obviously, I will
However
come
much
back.
sensitive it's going to be, because it's a very sensitive
It's
topic.
very sensitive, but
Yeah.
it has different views scientifically and religiously.
But let me just ask Nixon, like, what do you think about that?
The moment you're opting for abortion after having sex and you let the opposite gender come in you,
Mm.
I don't think
That's too much, bro.
what
So you can continue, but
the statement was so erotic,
Yes.
and I'm not calling it off.
uh-huh.
But the moment you let that shit happen,
Mm.
that means you're ready for the shortcomings.
No, you're not. Doesn't mean that you are.
That is why people
Like why,
say they're not ready
like
and
why
they
do
have
people
sex.
throw children away if they're ready?
Yeah, these kids now there are these people who give birth and
Because
they
now,
throw the kids
because
and
now,
rubbish pit or toilet.
abortion resources are not accessible. You get, and very many people don't know how to do that. You get, so when that happens, they get pregnant and they don't know how to do these other things. They just keep it, and because they can't take care of their child after that,
They
they.
throw it. So what's the point of going through all that?
But now, this is take a different route. I'm going to ask all of us to give out a word so that you can close this, and we shall bring the abortion topic next time. Yeah, next time. So Nixon, one word for the parents and the children. You know, like how to better our relationships with parents
Yeah, so
and everything.
so thank you so much, viewers, for being with us on yet another edition on the Muted Opinions. But one thing I would like parents to buy into is that we are in a transitional century where we are diversifying from one century to another. And the moment you fail to appreciate that, you're going to reserve clashes with your own children, a factor that you wholeheartedly need to appreciate. And to the children, the fact that you are in a position that your parents slightly have never been to, you should also be of understanding their culture, their manner within which they submit their pressure. The moment you appreciate the fact that your parents are illiterate, have different backgrounds, different cultures, they have different factors that are spearheading their pressure, you'll wholeheartedly learn to handle your parents and also receive the pressure that they're actually imposing on you. Thank you so much for viewing the Meted Opinions this edition, and thank you so much, viewers. I love you so much. I'm Kim Nana.
You can go. Okay. Any last remarks?
My last
And
remarks
a
about
shout out on like your social media handles and everything.
She's a celebrity.
not really, but my last remarks on this topic is this is a two-way thing, and both the children and parents need to learn themselves in order to keep a comfortable environment within themselves. Yeah, all I can say is right now I just thank God that my parents did whatever they could to
Yeah.
raise me. Yes,
Into the important person that you've
Eh,
grown to become.
that I'm becoming. I'm not yet there, but
Inshallah.
I'm becoming.
And you should thank your parents that they had to give birth to beautiful. You beautiful. I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you on camera.
Off air, my friend. As we end this segment, abstain if you're not ready to give birth. Do not bring birth to children and traumatize them to change your life. The other thing is, if you're having hard time with your parents, talk to them, address those issues to them, make your relationship better for you and your parent, because your parent actually needs that relationship the same way that you need it. And man, let us, positive energy. And we hope this podcast has been able to like help create awareness about certain things. I want to give a big shout out to people who are backstage. Alano, Rachel D. She was in the back. We are going to bring her on the next topic
Yeah,
about abortion.
she's no longer having likes. She's no longer
she she doesn't have engagements on her ex people.
she's no
Please
longer having likes and X.
make sure you engage on her posts and everything.
She's to steal content.
Until next time,
Thank you.
bye. Subscribe.